What's up, y'all? Ooh, the muscle. Ha! Got some beer that's gonna go against the muscle. But it is 2:02 a.m. Wednesday, September 24th. I really want to go to sleep right now, but I'm trying to stay locked in and be like, you know what? I'm alright. Just get this video done, then you can go to sleep. I was just in this basement because I was gonna stream, but I didn't end up doing it. I ended up working, doing some editing stuff. But I want to come on here because there's two things. I want to film two videos. I'm gonna film one and then the next. The first video I want to film is something I've been thinking about for a little while, and not to sound depressing, but I've been thinking about the ethics of having children. Someone's walking upstairs above me. Damn, y'all hear that? What the fuck? I hope I'm not annoying them. But I've been thinking about the ethics of having children. Now, I tend to think about this when I'm in more depressed states, but it's a thought that's plagued me since I was little. I think all kids kind of think like this whenever their parents make them feel bad for not being grateful. And there's always a part of you that's like, well, you chose to have me, so I'm your responsibility. Um, and I've been thinking about it the past few weeks. Not so much this week, 'cause I kind of been in a happier mood, but I was thinking a lot a week ago about how I think because I was a little bit more depressed, and I was just like, damn, like, should I really have kids? One, I'm always trying to overcome myself, my own problems. Like, how am I going to be able to balance that with needing someone else to depend on, or having someone else to depend on me? And I feel like a lot of times we glorify the image of having children in the perfect family, and don't really process like that's a life obligation. Like, once I have a child, it's like you don't really stop being a parent. Even my parents are 50, and my sister's still on their some of like signed on insurance for some of them, some stuff. So it's like, and my sister's like almost 30, and it's not like she needs them. Like, my sister can take care of herself, but it's just like you are raised so dependent on this person that it's like there might be little things like today. I didn't know if I could wash a certain material in the laundry, and I was like, oh, let me call my mom to ask her. It's like being a parent's a lifelong thing, and I feel like it's so idolized, especially as part of the perfect family. But it's like, I think one of my biggest fears, and I talked to my sister about this, is having a child that's like me. Because if I have a child that's like me, obviously, I'll feel for them, but I'll also know how deep into their own depressive and mental cycles they'll go. And I'm just like, how can I support that? Even though I understand, it's like, that's going to be, imagine watching your child go through a mental psycho and anxiety attack, or imagine watching your child get bullied. Not that I was necessarily bullied, but it's any hardship. And I'm just like, damn, like, not only would it be hard as a parent to watch, but then it'd be hard for them because it's like, damn, like, yes, I'm trying my best to provide a life for them. The reason why this is a depressing thought is because it kind of insinuates that life is pain. I know I've talked about that before. Of, damn, I'm bringing the child into a world where they're going to have to face pain, even though there is beauty too. But you have to try to work to, like, you have to work to see the world in a good light. You have to try to remind yourself to see the world in a good light. Because I feel like we're on by default like depressed. We're like by default depressing people. Um, Obviously, I do want to have a child. This isn't gonna stop me from that, but it is kind of just a thought of like, damn, like, is having a child selfish? You know what I mean? Especially with a world that is becoming more violent. I mean, no, the world actually isn't more violent. It's less violent than it used to be, but it's more potential for violence. We have more powers. There's more. I don't know. The world's always been a bad place, though. That's a whole nother video I can talk about. The world, how the world's violence and corruption has changed over time. 'Cause I feel like a lot of times people talk about the modern day as if it's like the worst time ever, but relatively, the world used to be a way worse place. There was way less people and way less technology. People used to be killing each other, assaulting each other like sexually, like way more often. Not trying to say that that stuff isn't a problem today, but I'm going to off topic. The point is, I was just thinking about, we're put on this earth to make children. That's kind of why I think God put us here, or why the universe or biologically we're here, and to continue to grow and evolve as much as possible. But sometimes I'm just like, is it a trick? You know what I mean? Like, why do we make children? What if my child didn't ask to be here? I don't know. This is a thought. Even though life is beautiful, sometimes I just think, damn, like, it would be really rough to watch your child go through hardship. And it's like, is that fair for me to have a child because of my own goal to be a father, and then now this person has to endure a life, which eventually I will die before them likely, and they're gonna have to endure that but beyond me. God willing, if I have children and I live long, and they live too. But anyways, that's the end of this video. I'm just yapping. I'm gonna go film another one of these. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the support in the recent vids. I'm gonna try to post more. Bye.